Um, Hello everyone. Thank you for finding time to join our webinar. So it's, I would say, annual webinar. So last we did such big, it's last year, it was November, where we presented our alpha version of our product. And since then, we out of the beta. And now we have a version 2.0, and we add a lot of features which I would like to show you and talk a little bit about the difference between our tool and another tools on the market. So I hope everyone can hear me. Can you put hands up or whatever? Okay, excellent, excellent. Thank you. Okay, let's move forward. So first of all, AV Studio. AV Studio is a software as service. So we created this tool only because we realized AV engineers, AV programmers are not actually real programmers, and to learn everything from scratch it's possible, but it's time consuming. And in nowadays, the time it's our goal. So it's only what is very important on any project. So, and we were thinking how to decrease delivery time, and we realized, okay, programmers need a tool which allows them to create cool interfaces pretty quick, fast, without like deep dive to the JavaScript world or any web development frameworks. So, I would like to encourage you to remember these resources where you can see tool itself. Also, you can find some demo projects. I believe it's already like a 9 demo project. It was created in different time of period, and you can even notice how it's developed and what is actually the difference between them. Yeah. Oops. So even the last project, it was provided by community. So one of our programmers who using our tools daily, and he completed few projects, I would say, big projects. Okay, we're gonna talk about how to start with AV Studio. We prepared templates. We prepared templates. I'm so sorry. Let me see. Okay, so we prepared templates, and we can. It's a good point to learn how actually to create something dynamic, responsive, and how to use all features of this tool. Also I'm gonna show you how to connect to the real control system. So because when we do development, it's really important to send a command and see this feedback right away without compiling the project, upload to the touch panel to see what's happening. And again, so this is the key. Another key is a live preview. So live preview is actually what you actually doing. You can see right away on the separate window. So it's a really fully functioning project, what you actually load into the touch panel. And debugging. So you can do debugging from AV Studio, or you can build into the project console and load to the touch panel, for example, Crestron TS touch panel, yeah. And all your actions, you will see how is everything going. And yeah, so see the results. Okay, also, during this webinar, I would like to show you another way how we can use the data sources, because data sources is the key. So the key to work dynamically with the big projects, to load data from the control system, communicate with this control system, and send the commands. So in our case, we're gonna use Crestron home system. Okay, also I would like to show you so brand new adaptive design page. So what does it mean? So like 3 months ago when we got on the Infocom, we thought it's not really important, but what we realized, a lot of programmers, they don't really catch what is the progressive. Okay, we just gave the tool what you get to use. So you'd like to use adaptive? Okay, go ahead, put statically buttons, but again, some advantages, disadvantages. Okay, we can talk about the best practices if we will have a time, about the limitation of adaptive and responsive design, because each of them has some opportunity. And more important, so it's not like a static tools what really limited you. No, 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 no. So if you're advanced programmer, but you're looking for the way how to be more efficient, and you know HTML5 and CSS, go ahead. You can use this. So JavaScript, you can write any function. So you can do almost everything. Uh, and a little bit more, we will talk how about our roadmap and what to expect next. Okay, templates. Since Infocom to Cydia, we have added two templates for you guys. So this is templates, as you can see, it's a luxury control suite, which allow you to select room from the list room. It's a list, dynamic list. You can swipe left and right. And also you can select pretty simple, I would say, maybe even better to start with. It's Chesterfield residence. So it's just give you kind of idea what to expect. Another templates, they are still in quality assurance, and we still trying to improve them or see how they working. So, but a little bit later, so we expect more and more. Okay, how to get started? Actually, when we open AV Studio in community templates, we can see a list of these templates. Right now, it's only two. You just press button clone to my project, and after that, this will be cloned. This will be cloned to your project list. I'm sorry for interruption. Yeah, and after that, you will see what is actually inside all pages, all sub pages. Sub pages is the key. Yeah, so you can see everything what is how it's included. Okay, so next you can do settings here. So like rename this project, or give archive name, assign IP address for your control system, what you're working with. Yeah. So put authentication key. Yeah, authentication key, you actually know how to generate. So you open a toolbox, press command WebSocket token, copy this WebSocket token, and insert to this field. Next, you can create a different environments. So what does it mean? So a few developers can work with a different control system. They have a different IP addresses. Or you can go in-house, or you go on site. You have a different IP addresses. You have a different credentials. Okay, go ahead. You can create and use this as needed. So only when you build, you select what environment you're going to use or what live preview you're going to use. So select what you need, press build, and go ahead. So you will get this archive file, which you just load to the processor or to the touch panel directly. So if you use iPad, you load to the processor or your own web server. If you use TSW or TS touch panel, you can load directly to the touch panel. If you use I don't know, Android application, Android tablet, I'm sorry. In this case, you put on any web server and use kind of, I would say, progressive web application icon from the browser, and it will put icon on the desktop. Okay, let's move forward. How we can do debugging. So once we connect to the real control system, yeah, so we can open the live preview. It will be connected to the real control system, yeah. So and after that, uh, so we can open the debugger. Let me show it. Okay, so we have button how to connect, and we have a console. We can open this console right here in AV Studio, or you can use a console even from the browser. So here, when you click a preview button, all commands are fired and sending to the processor once they assigned. Yeah. So actually, it was only a few buttons in the menu which actually are doing something. Also, you can do the same. So just press F12 button, and you will see the console. It's by the way, if it's question, it's a Google Chrome. I would say it's maybe the best tool to do development. And you see the same commands. A little bit more information, not necessary for you, but most of them are highlighted. Okay, let's move next. So the same if you assigned like an analog drawing, so you see it's sending a value to the processor. If you have a real true program, so we will get true feedback and it will save this all data. Okay, what else? Let's move next. So as I showed you, we already have everything. Okay, so right now we can enable, so create like another environment. It will be the same like default, but enable the console. And when we load this project to the processor or open it online, so we actually will see as a console. So it's only one way to see what's going on the touch panel when you don't have like F12 button. Yeah, so you see this new kind of button. You can hide, press again, it will pop up this debug window. It's a really powerful tool. Believe me, sometimes it's necessary to know. So as you can see, you see the same all data. Okay, next, let's move forward. So we have here responsive design. What is the difference? So you don't really care about how to put these elements on the page. You just drop them and they spread between the page. And inside the container, you just say, hey, I want a straight, I want to like put on the bottom at the end. And these buttons, these elements will be always at the same place. And even when resolution of your display will be changed. Uh, it's a better way to try by yourself how it actually works. It's a little bit time consuming to understand, but once you got it, you will realize how powerful this tool and how you can actually create nice interfaces dynamic. Okay, and adaptive. Adaptive sometimes find also good solutions for the clients, you know, when you have something static. For example, you have a house layout and you would like to spread some elements and put them at this exact location, yeah? For example, cameras. Camera is maybe most common case. Yeah, so you put in this corner and you realize, okay, it's here. Or you would like to put like a light control somewhere, lamp, bulb, whatever. So this is adaptive. You will start, you got it. Okay, next. what we need to understand about the responsive layout and difference between adaptive. So responsive, it's this page are usually it's usually straight, but to have some static elements, you need to put like a global containers. So in our case, we have a header and footer, and we have light and right side. So these containers appeared on almost all pages. So you can control where would you like to see them or you would like to hide them. But the general idea, first of all, is to has this container on each page. So at the center, the main page, it's actually the page where you put all your controls, all your elements. So this is how it looks like and interactive. So when you also change resolution, it's also allow you, you see, like adopt. So actually like a main page, just squeeze or straight. Change resolution, the same. So you see how it actually works. Okay, let's move forward. Each element has actions, and this actions has also different type. So we put most common tap, hold, and double tap. And also we add a manual. Manual, I would say it's a little bit too early to tell about this, but we're gonna use this manual for the HTTP responses. And yeah, so we're gonna like work with the HTTP requests and use these manuals. Um, in in next examples, maybe I will show you. Okay, but what actions or type of these actions we have? So we can execute like a digital analog serial. So we can do multiply actions for any buttons or any elements at the same time. So, for example, you would like to press the button, turn on the light, send serial signal somewhere else, flip page at the same time, and set, I don't know, analog. And maybe at the same time, you would like to pop up like overlay window with some elements. So everything you can do at the same time. So pretty cool feature. What else? You can add your own function execution to parse some data or do some crazy stuff, or just use for HTTP requests. Um, okay, let's next. Here, I would like to show you how it actually works. So you see, I have the button. I'm gonna name it. Yeah, we will use this in the future. So, and the simplest way to do this is just a flip page. So you know what is flip page, but yeah. So we need this in our live preview. Otherwise, we are unable to return back. So like I showed you here, so we can name, we can add different actions, um, and move forward. Okay, and we're gonna create the back button. Yeah, also I see some question. Okay, yeah, I see some question and Alex. Oh, I'm sorry, I forget to introduce you. So here, Alex and Harry, it's our team leads. They are helping to answer your questions. Yeah, and some questions what you see, they already answered. Okay, so we spread these all elements on the page, and next we add like a back button. It's just generic command. It means like we return back, or we can assign exactly page to this. So you got it's exactly like we use in VT-Pro. Yeah, and subpages. Yes, subpages like a reference list. Exactly. So we can create subpages, but VT-Pro has a limitation. You will able just put like a one subpage and that's it. Here you can move. It's more powerful because you at least you can nest it these subpages. So you can create one subpage and put to inside another subpage. Okay, next. What I also showing here. So you see we have kind of static text, but now I would like to show you how we use variables. So variables which we use inside the project. It can keep any data like a boolean string or numbers, and we can use inside our project. So everything what you create, what user interacting, you don't need to do programming on the control system side. So you just select like a string, yeah, like in our example, we would like to be more efficient, and we gonna use the same text element. We just, instead of put different name for each page, we just gonna replace with a static, so where we use a variables. And after that, so as you can see, so I just remove everything like a static, put dynamic. We are programmers, we would like to be more efficient. Okay, and next, each page has also actions. So it means when page just loaded, we can assign the same action. And in our case, we just put, okay, it's loaded a page, and we put like a responsive page in this case. Okay, go ahead. We just set variable. Okay, this is the responsive page. That's it. Or whatever you want. So, but in this example, exactly like this. Okay, animation and character and adaptive, yeah. So also, as you can see, so we can even use like delays. Sometimes it's really important when you would like to execute one command after another one command. So um, I see a question from the John about the media player. Okay, so we insert the widget with the media player, and it is available there. But what we got from the community, it didn't find to be really useful. And most of the programmers right now create their own player. And they create this player only because it's not such difficult at all when you use sub pages. And uh, the second the reason why, so to communicate with the real equipment from the web application, it's required to communicate over web sockets, or it's required like a web server, what actually is the same, and it's also required to has a true secure certificate. So SSL is actually what has this limitation. So when we use this compiled project with the Crestron 1, Crestron 1 has like a workaround and go connected to directly to the Crestron control system. And so it's not required certificate anymore. And control system, Crestron control system working with the media players through the TCP connection. Little bit different way. So this is why. But I have a good news. Example what I'm gonna show you with the Crestron Home actually use a horse proxy server, and our goal to complete this and make it more commercial and useful, you know. So and it will allow you to connect to any devices which actually do not support the horse or any other API. Hope I answered this. Okay, let's move next. Containers. So, like I mentioned before, so we have some containers, yeah, so which we use. And for next example, I want to show you how we can create a few containers which will be located at the same place. But some of them we attach to one page, but hide for another page. So it's also really useful tool. Okay, so now when we go, you see, so it's appeared like a double, and I would like to move some element to the header and just remove from the each page because it again, which is supposed to be more efficient. So, and to use this like on each page, it's useless. Yeah, so now you see, so we have only as a header, then room name, and as the same, all buttons we're gonna move to the footer. Okay, so I hope you're all following what I'm doing here, but very powerful tool is just a clone object. So when you create one, you clone all settings, everything what you had, you just change some name or whatever. So you see, we add all buttons, and now we can easily switch between different pages. It's really necessary for our future demonstration. Next, very interesting feature, it's CSS. So we built into the project the CSS. Actually, what you see right now on the screen, it's kind of, I would say, IntelliSense. It's working exactly like a VS Code. I would say it is VS Code, yeah. So, and it helps you to be more efficient. You just write your command, and it helps you to realize, okay, it's gonna be like this command. And maybe this is a big difference between online tool and I would say kind of offline tool. So I will explain a little bit why I say kind of, yeah, because what I see right now on the market, all tools actually are required to be online. Even when developer or manufacturer declare it's offline tool, no, it's not. So as you can see in this example, I just put a custom CSS to the button. And now this button has a different mode. I can execute this mode from different event, assign like different button and change this, you know. But this is kind of idea for the CSS. So return back. Next, like I said, we're all programmers. We have to be more efficient. And we are encourage you guys to use ChatGPT as much as you can. So do not hesitate. It's really, really cool and powerful tool. So here, as you so this is my request. What I actually put to the ChatGPT, and on the right side, I got the result. Now this result I put inside the CSS. So it's a new classes, pulsing circle. And now what I can create just a new mode. Okay, mode 3 for the bottom, and assign this class to this button and see what we got. So as you can see right now, yeah, as you can see, so now it's kind of flashing. So it's allow you to do really magic on the touch panel, and it will be really attractive for the user, you know. So the same button is changing the status. You just recall a mode which actually use a different CSS. Okay, let's move forward. Next. In this example, I'm gonna use a built-in HTML5 element. So we just found generic HTML code on the weather channel, whatever, yeah. And we can put inside HTML block, put HTML code, and here you go. You got a nice widget, weather widget. So you don't have to do this by yourself, because you can do this. But actually, I'm pretty sure. So everyone will, okay, will do this differently, but the best it will be provided by the service which provides this actually weather. I hope you got it. Okay, next kind of interesting feature. It's another request, and this request will create you a table, conference table with chairs, blah blah blah. And let's see to the result if you're ready. Okay, again, HTML5 block we put inside the content, and magic happening right now, guys. So you can just imagine how you can use it. So it's really cool features. Go ahead and use it. Okay, Crestron Home. This is more about the data sources. We tried to explain developers what is the data sources. Let me say, so it's a list. So just for easy understanding, it's a list of something with the different parameters and some kind of important information. And in this example, I would like to show you how we use API provided by Crestron and read data from the Crestron home and execute this data. So on API reference, we will take rooms in our example. So you see the base URL, yeah, and we're gonna use the lights. So inside our project, we have a data sources. These data sources, they have a settings. They have a base URL, and you see the rooms. So I forget to show you where actually set up this like IP address. But again, you see the name. Now I'm gonna change like you see the office, yeah. And when we execute the light, it just send a command. So it's read data from the Crestron home, and it's sent back to the control system. Okay, now I'm gonna rename this room just to show you. And you see renamed room, and I'm gonna click, you see it's renamed. So it's our first mock-up to use the custom home. And thank you, you guys, who stopped by our booth on the CDR and asked this question. So I think more than 30 people, they asked, hey, can we do a custom design for the Crestron home? I would say, yes, you can do. What you need, you just need a coarse proxy server. If you would like to have it right now, contact us. We will give you example how you can do by yourself. Or I will tell you a little bit later when we're gonna provide like appliance. Okay, so right now we're moving a little bit faster. So I want to show another example about the data sources. So the data sources, as you can see, so it's really powerful tool. So we put like a room list or whatever, yeah. So and inside this, we after that we can manipulate with this data. The same about sub pages. So subpages you can create as many as you want. You can do nested subpages inside one to another one. These subpages might have parameters. So it means that you can feed data from the page or subpage above to the bottom, you know. So and you can manipulate with this data. You can use the page as a list. So, and this most, maybe I would say, powerful tool because you use locations, data source to create, you see that we have 3 items. Once we got this, so we have a list. And now we have 3 buttons because it's read, okay, this data source has array with rooms, which actually we have 3. And next step, it just use this data and put like text, what I gonna show you. So right here, we use the parameters and create new parameters, which actually gonna be a string and a room name. Just generic name. Okay, we save it, we forget it. Now we're gonna return back to the previous page. Oh, this is what I showed. So page parameters you can create or here or there. And now when we extend parameters, we see this data. You see button parameters insert. And now we select from the data source a room name, system name. Yeah. So, and go ahead. Magic. Look at kitchen, hall, bedroom. So again, questions, reach out us. Discord, I would say maybe the best way because we usually kind of online and again, we would like to change this information and learn from each other because we also learn from you how it actually looks like, how you use functions. Okay, functions, it doesn't have any limits, so you can create whatever you want. So in our case, if you saw it's this data source, this JSON file had like a different localia, and this localia it was I like probably it was Hispanic and English room names, and it's allow us to execute these functions you through the variables and read data or in English or Hispanic. So I know here a lot of guys from the Europe, and you guys use multi-language interfaces. It's a really cool feature because especially when you create a hospitality project. Yeah, so different guests in a hotel and they would like to use a different language. This is the way. Okay, so we create localia, we just select, execute, and here I would like to put like a filter, you see, so attach the function, attach this and apply, you see, so now it's filtered, so it's not all data, it already filtered. And on next step, so we just add a button which gonna switch between different languages and use this actions. Okay, until I show you. Okay, here I see the question about the performance issue with the touch panel. Okay, so here's my answer. So we are really dedicated to how we work with the project. So here we have to understand the difference between the Crestron construct and AVgator Studio. So we came to the same point with the from the different background with the different experience. And our team has more web development experience, I would say, than team which right now working on Crestron Construct. But the good news, Crestron Construct guys, they see actually what we're doing and they implement the same features. So for last maybe half year, I would say, they saw how we have done with the list, how we work with this. They implemented. They implemented also like a lazy load and preload. So this is also cool and powerful features. Uh, I don't want to dive deep about this, but believe me, so we're gonna do some workshops and we will touch these topics as well. So, but most of the projects, they work on TSW. But be careful when you use custom CSS, especially with the filters, because unfortunately, not each equipment can handle this. Okay, so I'm sorry. As you saw here, so what I showed you, so I add two buttons, and these two buttons just set the different value for the locale variables, like English and Hispanic, yeah? So, and when we switch these buttons back and forward, uh, so we just switch, like we execute and pull data from the data source. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, yeah, it was. So it's impossible really directly compare all product with AV Studio because we have just different approach. So our expertise from the real side. So we do project by ourselves, We help another integrators to have done with their projects, and this is why we feel this everything how it's supposed to be done, and we communicate directly with the end users, and we see their expectation. And it's really sad to see when end user frustrated about the performance or about how ugly is the user interface. Keep it in mind. Do this in the best way, please. So about this simplicity, yeah. So like I said, in AV Studio, you can do everything faster. So we declare save time up to 80%. Yeah, you need to learn a little bit more about this tool. You have to have more experience. But when you're creating project with 50 rooms, for example, and each room has 4 or 5 displays, and you have a total 500 sources, how are you going to handle this through the kind of static UI? Okay, you can create everything in the plain HTML5 React project, yeah. But the difference here, you will spend a lot of time to do this whole mechanic. So, and yeah, once you've done this, you can use your project as many times as you want. But here's the question: what else customer ask you? Hey, can you modify something here? And it will be nightmare for you because you need to open your source code, you have to pull from the Git, you have to modify it kind of manually, upload back and attract it. So you will spend, I don't know, maybe a couple hours, maybe a couple days. It depends on the request. Next, WYSIWYG. So why we have AV Studio? Why we have a Crestron construct? This is a tool which helps us to be more efficient. Which tool we should use? Okay, it depends on your project and what you're looking for, because it's a different little bit functionality with a different approach. So we even didn't implement here a Crestron contract because we didn't find it's useful. I would say it's even provide even give you more limitations in your projects, because you will be really limited with that signals which you have in the contract. When you're using AV Studio, you can create project. You can create the project which will be fully dynamic. You can use this project from site to site without recompiling at all. Only because once you become more efficient and you use every day you use remote data sources. So data sources, believe me, it's the coolest feature what we ever created, I would say. Next comparison. How many hours you need to spend to create everything in manually or plain programming? And I would say, so plain programming, some projects maybe like 200, not enough hours. I mean, yeah, at the same time, it's the same project, you can create, like, spend a few days. User support. Guys, please, 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 Discord, scan this code, go ahead, reach out to us. Send your projects, send screenshots, your questions. We usually try to respond as quick as possible because we also realized why you're asking us. And I believe it's pretty much we came to the end. Okay, this is what I would like to talk a little bit. I would like to review our roadmap we announced a year ago in November. And at this moment, what we actually got. So we out of the beta by the end of the March. So now we created templates and widgets. And now these widgets available, so you can create by yourself or use them, and templates, they're already available. And we working, so we have a marketplace with totally free templates, but our goal to create a marketplace for the community. I mean, you as programmer can create your own project, your own template, and convert this to the commercial template. Think about this. And this our plans for the future. So right now, we had a plan to create a touch panels hosting. Unfortunately, it didn't find to be really useful. So we had just a couple project, couple requests. We implemented this, but we realized, okay, it doesn't worth a lot of time to do this more commercial, and we just put this a little bit aside, and maybe we will return a little bit later. Okay, our plans for the future, next year and this year. So we're still working. Okay, Crestron home integration. Again, guys, thank you all you who stopped by our booth. Yeah, and we had a nice conversation. We listened to you, so and we working on improving our tool. So, Crestron home integration. We showed you example. We know some issues. We still have to play with this tool and see how it works. And we will keep you informed how it's going. Yeah, but I hope we will just make a kind of proxy server which will handle this all request. Next, like I mentioned, templates market for independent programmers. This is for you also additional income. Next, here maybe is a question we got, I don't know, 1,000 maybe question. I would say yes, we are in the mood to create iOS and Android applications for public. So right now we have implementation for a couple projects. It's not for public, but reason why? Because current applications are limited with functionality. What I mean, for example, SIP server, we are unable to connect to the SIP server. We don't have this ability. So if we're talking about the Crestron 1, for some reason, they didn't put it's there. Maybe, okay, we will figure out why, but okay, we'll see. Next, some connection to some devices. So again, we're gonna do this R&D and see how it's going, but again, makes sense for us to do this. Corpse proxy server. This is proxy server which allow you to connect, I would say, almost any devices in the network. It's not gonna be just connection to the another web servers. It's also will be a server which allow you might be connected to the TCP server. So sometimes it's necessary. And we still working on the features in our backlog. So we are really behind, but we have a lot of ideas how to improve. We're trying to even change like user experience. I mean, users for us, it's you guys. Make something easier, make it more understandable. Again, we would like to hear from you what you're looking for. And another ambitious plans. So we doing a lot of R&D. So we have Angles who actually support us. And right now we are working on offline AI. So what does it mean? In our case, so what I see on the market, we don't really have AI which gonna work offline. So all control systems, I would say like a George AI, they still required to be online. But like I said, so we are working and we will see how it's gonna looks like. Yeah, so the general idea to put machine inside the customer's um, house, I would say, or yacht, have own microphones which will be connected only to this machine, not to the internet, and especially when you're somewhere offshore. They don't really have a stable internet, yeah, but they would like to communicate, and it's not communicate just like Alexa, which execute simple commands. No, we would like to implement it's a real GPT kind of version 4 at least. So once we got stable version, we will have to publish API, which allows to make integration with different manufacturers and interact. So this is our plans. We will see what we get, or maybe we will change these plans. But again, we're trying to listen to you and talk to you and share our plans. Next, most interesting questions. Okay, what is the licensing for the AV Studio? Okay, right now, so since we just started, we would like to encourage more and more and more people. Yeah. So, and we also we have a plan in the future to offer kind of limited and unlimited edition, but in general, right now we are offering subscription free, but we also offering a license per project. So it just costs like $100. So it's less than 1 hour of labor per project. So when you press the compile button, one time you will be charged for this project $100. That's it. Uh, Very popular question. How you guys making? We are making. Believe me, we are really busy. So we're creating templates for the different integrators, and this is why we encourage you also to create these templates because we're really busy. Okay, I would say I probably cover almost everything. We have 8 minutes left. I can stay a little bit longer if you would like. But let's move to the questions if you don't mind. So, from what I see, if you do documentation and tutorial by Game Construct, you'll be think of the past. Yeah, so this is our downside. Thank you. This is our downside and maybe advantage at the same time. We're gonna do documentation. We would like to do this, but less paper, less text, and more. We would like kind of focus on intuitive understanding how it works, and probably yeah. So and what we also would like to do, and I would like to listen to you from you if you're okay with this. We would like to do every 2 weeks. I would say maybe every Friday, 2 hours workshop where we're gonna do a meeting. We will connect all together, open microphones, open cameras, and we will start. We will take any project and we will do together. So, because once you have done one project, you will be so proficient, believe me. So, I hope I answered this. Uh, okay, thank you again. Amazing work combining with features and raw coding features. Yes, and still no, because believe me, we have some features which we still didn't create interface yet, but we will do this. I don't wanna make you scared, but yeah, right now, yes, thank you again. Next, Okay, just trying to think how to control power, off, on, volume buttons from touch panel to TV through some RS-232 or network cable. Okay, so what we have to understand about the AV Studio. AV Studio is not control system and not gonna be the control system, but this is the UI which allow you to send the command, discrete command. So, but this command someone have to execute. I mean, any gateway, for example, Crestron, CP4, Crestron Home, whatever you use, or maybe another control system. Maybe you prefer to use a Node-RED. By the way, today it's already available. So you just need something what will execute these commands and will keep feedback from these commands. What we're doing, so we send command on, it's or string or whatever. This control system will receive this, translate to the protocol and send to the display. Because again, we know, so each display has a different protocol. For example, Samsung, they keep the API in secret and only a few people in US has access to this API. Be aware. Okay, so RS-232 network cable, the same, like I said, so control system. We have in the mood, like I mentioned about the proxy server, we still thinking about if it makes sense to create kind of combiner which will allow you to receive commands from the AV Studio and send this command, discrete command to the some devices. Maybe it will be your options. Yeah, maybe it will be options for you. Yeah, we will see. Again, it's too early, but again, right now we encourage, do not mistake it. So it's a big difference, UI part and control system. Crestron, believe me, Crestron is the best control system. I mean, few of them, but I mean, like compare with something simple, it's really flexible. Yeah, and I still encourage use Crestron for the logic. Okay, let's next. It will be nice if this software can create HTML5 GUI panel for different systems, not only Crestron, so you only have one tool with. Thank you, Alvar. Good, really question. Okay, so what we already have inside the AV Studio, it's hidden right now. So it has a connectors. And our goal, our idea was to create these connectors and really feed just different API and execute these commands and send them to the different control system. Unfortunately, not every manufacturer was ready to communicate with us and do any collaboration. And the reason why? Because they will lose their own market. So Crestron is changing, so maybe not so fast and quick response to the market as we would like, but what we can see, a lot of APIs already provided. So Crestron realized their position on the market. They really do excellent equipment, really powerful, cover maybe 90% of the needs on the projects. Yeah. But so another manufacturers, unfortunately, not such open. Okay, let's move, George. What iPad, iPhone apps are required or supported for AV Studio UIs? Can they be free download? Many of my customers really don't like to require their devices to have any app or in-app purchase fee. This. Okay, so right now, compiled project of AV Studio, it's a React application which can be loaded. So it's just a zip file which can be loaded to any web server. It can be loaded to the Crestron 1, which is actually free. Or if you would like, and you still have a version Android 9.0, we can provide you an application. You can play with this. And this is why I said so. We're gonna make our application, but only because we would like to implement it with more features. Who stopped by our booth on the CEDIA? You probably saw Android tablet, Samsung tablet. I believe $150 budget, yeah. And we run a project, this luxury suite project on this Android app. So you can see how smooth is it. So go ahead and use it if it's necessary. I hope I answered, yeah. Okay, next. Okay, George, I still don't understand your pricing explanation. Okay, so right now, we are offering licensing per project. It means you have 10 projects, you can work with them totally free, without any charge until you press button build. So it means you can open live preview, you can do your project, it's okay. So, but we charge only at the moment when you're gonna build this project. And it's a one-time fee. You can return back, change anything, build again. It's gonna be, after that, it will be free. So you already paid for this. So we do not charge this twice, 3 times and tracked. So I hope it is make sense. Subscription plan, we are not offering right now, and we'll offer when only we add additional features. And I would like to listen to from you if you would like to see some AI implementation inside the AV Studio. Please give me an idea. I hope, George, I answered it and it's clear. Adam, do you have video teaching how to use the software from the beginning? Coming from VT Pro. VT Pro, this is all new to me. Okay, Adam. We have kind of one video, maybe 2, 3 on the YouTube, and we would like to publish more videos. And this is why we would like to make these workshops. And after that, probably we will put what we're doing on the YouTube as well. Also, we have kind of showcase you can find on the demo page. Yeah, we will work on this. Not right now, but yeah, thank you for a question. Yeah, we will. It's not enough. Okay. Chris, is a build typically per client side? Okay, Chris, really good question. And no. So you can create one project, build one time, and use it as many times as you want. So, like I mentioned, the difference is the data source. So, for example, inside the project, you put IP address of your server, which has a JSON file. And this JSON file might be changed. So if you go from one website to from one construction site to another, and you have the same IP addresses, actually you don't need even recompile this. But because you use the same IP address, for example, yeah. Or if you would like, yeah, you can build, rebuild, and attract. So we do not limit this, and if it makes sense. I know some of you answered me in a really interesting way. So they said, hey, I keep all information about this customer inside. I don't want to mess with this. And $100 for me, it's just I pay for information what you keep. That's it. Chris, I hope I answered on this. Okay, so Chris again, can you restate your plan's ability for media players objects? Okay, so right now, widget, media player widget, what we have, it's required to be connected to the Crestron control system. And we use serial, analog, and digital data, and we feed this all information from the Crestron. What else? We started, we completed, but we didn't finish to make it public. Integration with the autonomic media player. And yes, it's possible to connect directly to this device. Why we stopped doing this? Only because we have issue, I mean whole world, not AVgator, with the SSL. So all devices which we trying to connect to, they are required to have a true assigned certificate. I mean certificate which was published by certificate authority. And unfortunately, a lot of all manufacturers actually they implemented HTTPS, but they put self-assigned certificates. So if you would like, you probably can use it. Depends on media player or any other device. You can create a device certificate and publish to this device, and after that you will be able to connect. In this case, what I mentioned, we are working to create a proxy server. This proxy server will have a true certificate and will allow you to connect to non-secure devices. So we're still working, and yeah, just follow us. We're trying to keep you informed how is everything going. Yeah, I hope I answered on this. George, pricing. So when you build a project, how much is the fee for that project? Can the project be reused for other systems, since obviously it uses dynamic data sources and configuration? Or is that single project confined to one single static set of data source and configuration? Okay. I would say and yes, George, and no. And once you build this, you paid for this project. You can reuse, you can change IP address, build again, reuse, build again, reuse. If you don't care about the IP addresses inside, you can use it. If you would like to keep old information and build for the new, yeah, it's impossible, unfortunately. Yeah, but yeah, you still need to change these IP addresses. I hope I answered on this question. Okay, guys, a little bit time over. Any more question? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, Swedish. Okay, very good question. I just answered a little bit early. So we're trying to make intuitively understanding product. I understand it's not working, and we're trying to make this kind of help. If you go to the support.avigator.com and follow the link, you will go to the Confluence where you actually have some generic information just to get started. But again, the best way to learn is just doing something. Guys, if you're okay, October 18, so we can gather together at the same time for 2 hours and do workshop from the beginning. just give thumb up or whatever. So if you would like to do this, yeah, we will do. Again, follow our website. We will put information and invite you. Okay, any other questions? Okay, yeah. Okay, Chris, yeah, thank you. Yeah, and bring us your ideas. I would say is the best way to start from something simple. The simplest way is just take to any simple project, so whatever you works. Also, again, go to the demo, AVgator Cloud / demo projects. Their last, at the least, not last, no, recently published the project from one of our programmers. So he did a fantastic job, So he actually created something which looks pretty similar to the Crestron home, but he actually got ahead and he implemented a lot of another features, So just look at this, yeah. Um, okay, yeah, George, thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate it. Okay, any other maybe unanswered? We have question or that's it. Okay, okay, Alvaro. If you have different processor on site and you have different GUI panels, can you navigate from one panel to another panel? What do you mean navigate from one panel to another panel? This is the question. Yeah, because okay, you have a different processor. So let's me explain you idea how we did uh, big projects where we had more than 10 processors, I believe, a little bit more, doesn't matter. So since we loaded our application to the Crestron 1, all connectors inside the Crestron 1. So we do not really control. So what you saw on the presentation when we have connectors, it works with the WebEx panel, and it also works for the developers. But you unable to use it right away from the Crestron 1. Crestron 1 just got all this and they have their own implementation for the connection. So in this case, the best way is just create a different connectors to the different processors. But you still able to connect to the same IP address to pull a data source, a remote data source, to pull configuration of this processor, and depends on the information from the web panel, you can manipulate with these data sources. For example, we have a project with, for example, 10 touch panels. When touch panel is just started loaded, it will read information from the one join, serial join, and we feed this information from the control system and say, hey, you are touch panel number 7, for example. So what is happening here? We got this information, touch panel 7, we filter data sources, and we ask them, hey, give us the room list for the touch panel number 7. And once we got this room list, so this is unique touch panel, and also it will be useful if you have a different user access, different users which gonna use this touch panel. Usually it's like mother, father, daughter, brother. So depends on the user selected on the touch panel, you will have a different list available for you. So in this case, I would say, okay, guys, and let me show you this in demo. So let's go to this. I know where I can show you. Okay. Oh yeah, it was correct way. Okay. Okay, demo projects, and if you following, I believe. Okay, maybe, yeah, I believe this project. Uh, on this project, what we have here, we have different rooms. Let's go to the source list. So we have a source 1, 3, 4, 5. Let's try to change bedroom. No, not good example. Okay. Probably, oh, okay, channel 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me change 10, 11. So I just show you like idea. So I'm sorry, it's not on the depends on the room. It depends on the source selected. But just imagine it's a different user. Yeah. So you change touch panel or feed different like information on a different touch panel, and you have a different list. You see channel 19, 20, blah blah blah. So I hope I answered on this question. Okay. Let's move next. What is? Okay, I answered this as well. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, George, thank you, yeah, for your warm. Yeah, actually, what we need right now. So, like I said, feedback, guys, feedback. Join our community. It's the best way to communicate. So Discord, push your screenshots. What is really sad, I would say, I didn't see the good examples of user interfaces. So. Unfortunately. Oh, by the way, guys, implementation when we change a language, you see Espanol and English, you see the bedroom, and I'm sorry, what's this? I'm unable to read this, but as you can see, so we have different language. So this is how you can use. Um, yeah. Also, I don't know if it's implemented in here. So you see, for example, like a widget, this widget for the curtain shades control. It's earliest version. So in the current version, you can open and close. So you can just drag and drop this like a shade from the side, and you can close. And it will also send a position to the control system. And for example, if you use a Lutron, it also provides you feedback where it's located. And just imagine you have different windows. You have shade control for these windows, and what it is possible to put this background behind the window. And just imagine you created a really true picture from the window and put for the customer. Customer, when they first time see this, they are really excited. They see the true window, and they even don't need to read a name of this shades, where it's located. They just, oh, okay, I know where it's located. Yeah, but it's a little bit early version. What else? What is our luxury control? Okay, I'm sorry. So in this project, I believe we implemented. Um, yeah, George, you have to try. I don't say you have to avoid or you have to totally switch. No, I would like to totally switching, yeah. But in general, yeah, once you try to use it, uh, you will get it and you will be really successful, believe me. So okay, in this example, yeah, so this is, guys, this is how we will change it, our widget, how we improved. I don't remember when it's appeared, but just for your understanding, almost every 2 weeks we finish a sprint. Once we passed all QA tests, we publish. Sometimes we publish without QA tests. Yeah, I'm sorry. So you have to realize. But again, you just reach out us. We're trying to improve, fix, or answer on your questions. Yeah. But again, a lot of new features. We realize we need something to move. We need here the shades, so you can play with this different background. Go ahead, use. Oh, you see, by the way, good example. You see one background, another background, and third one. Same about the climate control. Um, Different way to use it. Let me show you. What this? Okay. Guys, this is the project I mentioned. Artem, he did this project. So room list, you see, so room selection. So he, as I know, he used a lot of filters here to make a real true picture from the room, gray out. So he used filters. It's working nice on the tablets, but it's not really works on the TS touch panels, unfortunately. Okay. Light control, so or custom control, yeah. Also, again, you move, you see the effect, how the color changes depends on where you really located. What else? You see the sensors, room list in different way. So we have shades here. He implemented just simple button control. Why not nice? But again, it's really looks fantastic, and I would say this programmer he really know what he is doing, because he really dedicated to the details. And smart house created by him, what I see, and I feel, I just imagine I am the customer, so I really understand this is what I would like to see. Um, yeah, so you see like motion detectors somehow. I don't know really too much about this project, but yeah, so really nice job. Okay, I believe we answered the link where it's the demo projects located. By the way, this is a good example how we developed and where we were. Like I don't know, a year ago, for example. I don't remember where we posted this, and where we located today, last couple months. Uh, okay, training. Okay, we will announce. I answer it. Okay, thank you, George, again. Okay. Kuriakos, are these pages responsive per device resolution? Can we manage response? Okay, let's guys. I'm really appreciate who joined our meeting. If you okay to stay, I can go over a little bit more. I still can talk, but let me show you how it's actually working. Okay, adaptive and responsive. Let's go to the adaptive. So I didn't mention, but it's already available. So we give you example when you can change and see how it actually looks like. You see? So for example, we have generic touch panels. And depends on the device, it's changing resolution and we can see how it looks like. So it's not really required um, to have exact devices, but what we gonna do in the nearest future, we gonna make, I would say, kind of modes for the pages. And thank you for this question, and I'm gonna answer this. Okay, so for example, it will be better probably see here. Yeah. So what we're gonna do, by the way, guys, F12, please use this button. It's really powerful. It can change whatever you want, yeah? So let's switch to responsive design. For example, you have this touch panel and you're moving close. So now it's going away. What we're gonna offer you to have a different modes. For each mode, you will have a breakout. Once it's reach out this breakout, it will trigger this mode. So page will switch to the different layout. It will be the same elements, but with a different layout. So in this case, okay, it's probably makes sense to rotate or something else. Maybe not the best example, but I hope you got this idea, yeah? But again, it's an issue for adaptive, but also it might be useful for the responsive. So right now, if you go to the Chesterfield example, yeah, demo, let's show you. This project was created, I don't know, so far away, so maybe a couple months ago. And this project is really working. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's working. Let me switch to the, who is it? iPad mini, and it might be switched to the iPhone Pro. So as you can see, like buttons below in the footer, they adopt to the resolution. So if you change, it just spreads. So it's actually working. So and responsive design really allow you to do this magic. So say let's change iPad with mini, for example. You have different kind of layout. Yeah, iPad Pro, maybe just 3 buttons. Do I have? Okay, nothing. Um, hopefully I answered this question about this. Oh, George, it's very interesting question. Is Crestron construct responsive or adaptive? Okay, it's supposed to be support both and responsive and adaptive, but right now it's adaptive. I'm so sorry about terminology which we use because responsive, yeah, it's correct from the web. Adaptive, it's kind of also, yeah, but it means like adaptive to the touch panel, I believe. Yeah. So anyway, Crestron Construct right now adaptive. They had a plan to have it responsive. I never seen, and even more, as I know, this button when you create the page is removed. So probably they changed their mind, and I understand maybe why. They so in Construct you creating user interface for the Crestron devices. So and unfortunately you have to create, I would say, as many pages as you need, you know, so like layouts for the different resolutions. We gonna go avoid this issue and do this in different way. Also, let me show you something maybe will be interesting. Let me do not break this. I would like to create a new adaptive adaptive page. Okay, what is the difference between our adaptive and the adaptive? So we created this button, yeah, and oh, sorry, let me reset. I just want to ask you guys, excuse us for some maybe how it might work for some browsers. And this is what we realized, not every working the same way. Okay, let's create 4 buttons, I would say. So we spread this button in different locations. So, and we need to go, we need to go to this page. Let's go, it will be demo. Okay, so this is our page. So as you can see, when we use it's an adaptive, it's moving. So, but what we are doing here, we can connect this to the right side and to the top. So you see the like element constraints, so it's and this to the bottom. How it will be different? Oh, it's only because somewhere overkill, but again, it's really an adaptive in this case, difficult to manipulate with a different resolution. But you can try and feel how it works, and believe me, adaptive, it's really cool feature, but it has a lot of limitations. This is what I mentioned about the limitation of adaptive or responsive. In this case, responsive has limitation because you're unable to put this layout somewhere. On the other hand, if you put this at the same point, they will stay in the same moment. So left, right, okay, it works. If you rotate, it's kind of also. Okay, hopefully you will like it. Okay, so I answered adaptive. Uh, oh yes, so and I answered it on responsive device resolution and responsive per device. So you can create your own device here. I don't know. Let's my device and put resolution. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. So, and it will allow you just to see how it looks like. And after that, you can move these all elements where you really want. And after that, if you would like, you can switch to iPad mini and see how it looks like and return back to your device. Oh, yeah, here. This maybe makes sense. I even don't know how to switch, but again, yeah. Uh, okay, next, great work, thank you. And George, yes, we still working. Again, guys, it just appeared yesterday. So please excuse us how it might be works from the out of the box, yeah. We still trying to improve how it's working. By the way, I don't know. So if you'd like, you can use a ruler for some reason to attach these elements somewhere like this. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So you can fix them or you can lock, hide, whatever you want. So yeah, we still trying to improve this. We trying to make again the difference between the construct maybe and AVgator Studio. Most of you use like Figma, so imagine it's might be like a Figma. Yeah, thank you. No, about the construct, no, I don't think, and here you know, so I don't think that Crestron will discontinue construct. Not really, and it shouldn't be a shame. It's just be like adults supposed to do this. So once they realized it might be something better, why not? But I don't believe, and I don't wanna if construct will be discontinued because again we have to sometimes compete, but maybe it will be good idea to have both tools in the same catalog and offer for the community, because right now it's not like a wide spread as this AV Studio, and not all programmers are really aware that it even exists. So this is really surprised me. Yeah. But I wish to have both tools and just provide developers different options. Maybe not bad to have integration or ability to, I don't know, convert something from one project to another. But again, I don't see the reason. And again, construct, they what I understand they're doing, it's a replacement for the simple Windows. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so but what I saw on especially on the masters and webinar like a week ago, yes, so it will be a great tool in one place. But again, for the task what they trying to solve, good idea. Okay, I hope. Okay, thank you, George. And let's, what else? And I believe, yeah, Chris, thank you, yeah, for coming. Thank you guys for your time. I know sometimes it's really difficult to find time to join webinars. I got a lot of registration, and after that, I got also a lot of excuse. Some people just unable to join because they schedule it, and their schedule is really tight here. So, yeah. Okay, so if no questions, it will be time to finish. And also, I would like to ask you, complete survey after the meeting, share your thoughts. We listen to you. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for coming and hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.